Okay, so to add a category to your menu, and this is, I mentioned before, if you have, say, a sports site, which is the example I used, and you have different kinds of sports, and you wanted to just have a link or a page with all the different types of sports and have it categorized, then what you do is that when you are creating your post, you put them in the respective categories. And like I said, I had created some posts with the category football, and I'll just select add to menu, and it's been added to our menu. And if you notice these drop down arrows beside each of the pages and links, you have additional options. So as you can see, the category of football has a common F there. I want to have a capital F just to maintain uniformity. And we have some additional options here where we could move this item one up. We can place it under another page, or we can move it to the very top. And we can also remove it completely from our custom menu. Okay, just one more thing I want to show you with our menu, custom menu, is that you can add a link that isn't clickable. And what do I mean by this? So for example, if you had services on your site, so you offer different services, but you didn't want to create a page that listed all the services, but in your menu you wanted to have a tab that said services, so that persons would go to that tab, and then when they hovered over it, the different services that you offered would be shown in the drop down menu. So what you would do here to accomplish that is to put the hashtag or the pound sign, and then you would put the text here that says services, add to menu, and say, for example, one of the services that you wanted to offer was video. So we drag the video below. Excuse me. And we would drag the video out to the right so that it would appear as a sub item of this page. And now once you have customized your menu to your liking, and you can always come back and change this at any time to add new pages, then the final set of settings is if you want to auto add pages. So in other words, it will ask if you want to automatically add new top level pages to this menu, and it's up to you if you want to use this. But if you're creating a custom menu, you may want to be careful about this option, because of course new pages would change the order of your menu. So I won't tick this. And then we have theme locations. So these are the locations for the menus within the theme, and there are two options here. As you can see, one that says top primary menu and another that says secondary menu in left sidebar. Now the menu that we have been viewing is the top primary menu, and if you don't know where a particular menu is, you could also always just click it and then check your site and see where the change is made, just to know exactly where it is. So I just want to make these changes and put this custom menu to my top primary menu. So I'm just going to click save menu, Okay, so if we go back over now to our site and we just refresh, then you will see some changes have occurred with our menu. All the items are being displayed exactly how we had them from our custom menu. So about me page is first, our like us page, and this should link to Facebook as we had set up. And if we go back over, then here we have a drop down page, which is our another page under our sample page. We have our football page, and if we click on this page, then all our posts that fall under the category of football will be shown on this page. And last but not least, for services, if you clicked on it, as you see I'm clicking here, then it will go nowhere, but once we hover over it, then the video page will be displayed, and if we click on video, then it will take us to that page. Okay, so that is how custom menus work. In this video, we will go through the other options that are available under our settings menu. Now, you may want to do this at the very beginning when you set up your site. Now, I've chosen to do this after we've created some content so that you can see the difference, once you have changed some of these settings. And we just start with the general. As you can see, it's your site title. This would have been set up when you install WordPress. And then you can have a tagline. And okay, so if we go back to our main site, you will see that's going to change the information here, which is the name of the site. And you see it says just another WordPress site. Of course, you don't want your site to say that. And so that tagline will change that. For your WordPress address URL, and if you just basically read what it says here, is enter just here if you want your site homepage to be different from the directory you install WordPress. So if you want to go ahead and change, I really don't suggest that you mess about with this unless you know what you're doing. Okay, and just some more options to change, which are your contact email address, membership, anyone can register, it's totally up to you. The time zone, and this will of course affect your posts. Whenever you make posts, then there's usually a timestamp as to when the posts have been created, and also when there are comments made on your site, and just other general information that may be affected by time. You can just customize this, enter your time zone, the date format, time, and the day that the week starts on. Okay, and remember to save changes. And just remember, not all of these settings you'll be able to see the immediate effect of. If we go back to our home page and we refresh, now you will see that now it says WP Video Sidekick, how to become a WP Pro. And just keep in mind that if you use something like a header or a logo, then in some themes that information may be removed, or you may have the option to keep the text as an overlay on your logo or header. So the setting here is writing, and most of these are self-explanatory, so we just go through formatting, convert emoticons to graphics. So if you use your colons, if you want to create smiley faces, instead of them showing like this, they will show like real graphical smiley faces. And I'm just going to quickly go through these. Default post category. So if you wanted to change the default category so that, say for example, if most of my posts were going to be about football, and I could change this, so instead of having to change it each time I create a post, then that will be the case. And the same goes for the post format. If you're a video blogger, for example, and most of your posts are going to be video, you could set the standard post format to video. Alright, and there's an option here called press this, and basically it just allows you to grab text, images, etc. from surfing the web to help you if you wanted to publish as posts on your sites. And then there is the post for your email. If you wanted to create those posts via email, then you'd have to set up an account, and the instructions are there, you can follow it. Update services. When you publish a new post, WordPress automatically notifies the following site update services. Now, for exposure, this is great. Basically, your posts, etc., will go through Ping-O-Matic, rpc.ping-o-matic, and this just notifies of the sites, the search engines, that you have new content, and it helps to get your posts and pages indexed in search engines and builds exposure for your site. Okay, and okay, I'm going to stop here and pick up in another video.